Hey, guys, it's Monday morning. How are you?
What a nice couch you got here, Bill.
Well, you and I both being huge Beatles fans, you and I believing together that the Beatles are the best rock and roll band in history, we are on the Yellow Submarine today.
We are on the Yellow Submarine. I don't know that I can go with you on the best rock and roll band ever.
Who's better than the Beatles?
Golly, who's not? Led Zeppelin, Queen, Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Queen and Led Zeppelin for sure
Okay.
are absolutely better than the Beatles.
Would
Absolutely.
there be a Queen and Led Zeppelin without the Beatles?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
We'd still be listening to Perry Como and Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Anyway, we wanted to talk to you guys. I hope you're having a great. Don't you love these little intros where we have fun with each other? You know by now that Troy and I both love baseball. And before he says it, the Houston Astros are currently 3 games ahead of my Red Sox. I am on a crash course for wearing his ugly jersey after the All-Star break. He's on an 11-game winning streak. I'm just praying they can't sustain it. But anyway, baseball. What's unique about baseball is that simultaneously, I guess basketball, I guess every sport's the same. It's not unique, but you play
go with the
offense and
baseball thing.
defense at the same time.
Well, actually, one team plays offense and one team plays defense.
Right, and that's my point. But I want you to kind of think of this as the deal of a person, right? And in recovery, in lifetime recovery, I find myself playing defense a lot. Keeping certain things away, keeping certain things at bay, always being on the guard, making sure that runs aren't being scored against me, if you get my drift. And I'm asking you today, when is it appropriate for us to go on the offense, to minister again, to get involved in our communities, to help people on purpose, rather than always be on the defense?
So, that's a great question. And there's a lot that we can unpack here this week because there's some important points there. But I guess the very first thing I want to say is this, Bill. There is this misconception, if you will, in Christianity about what really motivates leadership, what is good leadership, what's an effective leader, how do we know a leader's being effective, and I think the key here that I want to say more than anything else is this. So many of us as leaders have used our leadership and our ministry opportunity and the context in which God has given us to help other people, and we've used that for our own benefit. And not necessarily financially beneficial, although sometimes people do that.
Just to fuel our egos.
It's to fill our egos. It's to feel a sense of worth, a sense of value, a sense of importance. And ministry, helping others, is supposed to be we help others and we minister to others out of the overflow of our daily relationship and walk with God. Mm-hmm. And so often we forget that. And now we help others not out of the overflow of our own personal walk with and relationship with God, but we help others because it makes us feel good. We help others because it draws applause from others. We help others because it makes us feel useful and meaningful. And if that is our motive for helping others, then right off the bat, God's not going to bless that, and God's not in that, and we've got to be careful with that.
That's a good point. We're sitting here actually in a unique space. We're having RF weekend right now, Reclaiming Families Weekend. You're familiar with that. And it's kind of interesting because this is, who knows, the several dozen you've done of these since coming back from Africa when things fell apart in your family. Talk to me about the different trajectories. How much regret do you feel over what you had, and how long did it take you to build something new? Because if you can't tell, this is really setting up for a challenge for you to go attack your world in Jesus' name, because we live in a dark and broken world, and one of the best ways to help yourself is to help others. So what did it take for you to kind of rebuild?
Bill, let's go there tomorrow, because there's so much to unpack. It is. But I will say this. Before we even ask that question, how can I impact my world? How can I move forward? How can I help others? I've got to make sure that the relationships that matter most, my relationship with myself, my relationship with God, and my relationship with my immediate family, wife and children, those matter more than anything else. And if those 3 relationships aren't growing solid, healed right, so to speak, there's no point even looking for opportunities out there
Okay.
because those have to be right. And then from that base, we then move forward.
All right, let's unpack that tomorrow. You come on back, okay?
See you tomorrow.